Welcome to another round of salty takeaways and bitter ends here at SDH. Thanks to everyone who has participated and let us know your thoughts on Twitter. They're all heading in one direction, to be perfectly honest with you, and it's focused on the final 10 plus minutes or so with the comeback that Atlanta United had, down 3-1, down a man, coming back to get a point, shared result against CF Montreal. And we will run through the numbers on SofaScore, run through your thoughts and opinions as well. And once again, thanks for hanging out with us here on the network. We can always let you know what you think. You can let us know what you think as well. Starting Monday, that's what Overreaction Monday is all about. A little after 9 o'clock, 9:05 Eastern, for 2 hours or so. And we will get your thoughts again after you've had a chance to ruminate and digest what happened here with the debut of Thiago Almada, the free kick of Brooks Lennon, Joseph getting his first goal in open play, but also addressing the defensive issues and the breakdowns that happened in the first 45 that created the 3-1 deficit after Atlanta United got on the board with a goal to make it 1-0. And once again, we talked about the defensive ideals under Gonzalo Pineda, where you lose the ball, you try to get it back. And in the situation that the first goal was created in, once again, Tyler Wolff, who was a little closer to the CF Montreal net, backtracks, and you have Mateus Hosechu, Joseph Martinez. They're all there, and Hosechu steps in. And when you have Tyler Wolff out of the corner of your eye, you're looking at things and you're looking at players. And if a touch isn't there, especially with teammates in a very enclosed space. There were 3 CF Montreal players. There were the 3 Atlanta United players, and Wolff, Joseph, and Hosechu that were all there. If the pass isn't letter perfect, if there's not enough on it, if there's too much on it, you can create the situation. You get the ball back. You see what happens. Hosechu gets it back, gives to Joseph. Joseph puts it in the net to make it 3-1 for Atlanta United. And then from there, it was all CF Montreal for the rest of the 45 minutes. Atlanta United had tempo, which is what Gonzalo Pineda was looking for. In the first 25, to be perfectly honest, they had the tempo that they were looking for. And what he also wanted to do was keep Djordje Mihailovic in check. And that did not happen, especially after the corner kick and a pass that is sent back toward the back line, not enough weight on it, and then Atlanta United is rushed into a trying to recover. Montreal gets the recovery, they come back down the other way, Mihailovic gets it in the net, and it's tied at 1. Then 10 minutes later, you end up with another defensive breakdown and another goal on the board to make it 2 by Kone, and then you get a call in the box as Kone is trying to work inside the 18. Miles is in contact with him first time, second time, and then as Kone is coming inside, as he's getting closer to the 6, taken down. The card, I think, was the right call. I mean, the penalty was the right call in that situation. Slotted home by Romel Kyoto, and it was 3-1 at the break. And giving you a look at the numbers in the first half. We'll go through the numbers once again. This is courtesy of all of our friends at SofaScore. Possession went to Atlanta United in the first 45, 54-46, but Montreal had 7 total shots, 4 of them on target, and Atlanta had 1 shot on target in the first 45. It was the goal by Joseph. 3 blocks for CF Montreal, none for Atlanta United. 3 yellow cards for CF Montreal in the first 45. 1 went to Kamal Miller, and there were 2 others that were put on the board as well. I think Kone had 1, and then you look at all of the first 45. All of the numbers when you're breaking down the offensive stats: big chances, counters, shots inside the box, 6-2 for CF Montreal. All of those numbers were in favor of CF Montreal in the first 45. Then you look a little further down the list. Atlanta United had 215 of 252 passing in the first half at 85%. Accurate passes for CF Montreal, 179 of 217 for 82%. Long balls, 18 of 36 for CF Montreal in the first 45, only 9 of 21 for Atlanta United. Atlanta United won on the dribble. They were 5 of 7. Possession was lost more, so it's like 60-40 out of the 123 possessions that were had in the first half. Atlanta United lost 60% of them. Duels were won by Atlanta United, 15 of the 27. They won 3 of the 4 in the air. Then you look at tackles and interceptions. Once again, 5-2. Interceptions 6-1. Even on clearances, and that was the way it was in the first 45. And you look at what happened for the remainder of that first 45 minutes. Once again, from Lapalainen, Kone in the 37th, and 5 minutes later you get the PK by Kyoto to make it 3-1. Then at the beginning of the second half, triple substitution by Gonzalo Pineda. Tyler Wolff out, Thiago Almada in. We'll get to Almada in just a little bit. Franco out, Campbell in, Hernandez out, Mulroney in. So you're seeing what the notion was there. There was a discussion that was had that it looked like that Franco and Hernandez, especially after the first goal, were spending more time discussing things with each other than being focused on the task at hand. So this could have been a message that was sent by Gonzalo Pineda. And you knew that Thiago Almada was going to be getting minutes. Marcelino Moreno got the start, which was very, very, that's a piece of good news for Atlanta United getting the start in this match. CF Montreal, on the other hand, started 9 of 10 that they had from midweek in the loss to Cruz Azul in the 1-1 draw in the second leg, but overall in the loss. So they started 9 of 10, and I think that Wilfred Nancy basically was like, all right, what can you give me? What can you give me? What can you give me? Went down the line, he had 9 of 10 guys, but he didn't have Kai Kamara. Kamara ended up sick. He ended up on the road trip, but ended up sick, didn't play, so Nancy even had one less player on the bench that he could go to when it came to CF Montreal's ideas for this match against Atlanta United. So first 15, 20 minutes, nothing happening. Then Marcelino Moreno, who gives you 64 good minutes. Dom Dwyer comes in, but he only lasts 3 minutes for a studs-up tackle on the knee. Straight red, absolutely justified there. So, Atlanta United in the 67th minute for the final 23 plus is having to play with 10 men. And they responded. You end up with a Thiago Almada goal in the 85th minute from north of the arc. So basically you're talking 25 yards out at least. Almada goes absolutely off the inside of the post on the right-hand side, gets it past Breza to make it 3-2. And then you end up with Brooks Lennon on a free kick. And to be perfectly honest, from the way that I saw it, looked like Breza initially was leaning far to his left, looking to the far post in that situation. So Brooks Lennon took the free kick, and it got through Breza and ended up in the back of the net for 3-3. So you end up with Brooks Lennon on the day with a 7.7. Kone was the high mark for CF Montreal at an 8.5. Looking at the lineups themselves and the numbers across the board, Brad Gazana 6.4. He wore the captain's armband. Andrew Gutman a 6 with a yellow. Miles Robinson a 6.2. Franco with a 6. Ronald Hernandez a 6.1. Basechu a 6.5. Ozzy Alonso once again solid in the midfield with a 7.1. Brooks Lennon the 7.7 with the goal, the equalizer. Tyler Wolff a 6.2. Marcelino Moreno a 6.4. Joseph up top with the goal, a 7.2. Your substitutions, you had Santi Sosa with a 6.4, getting in some time as well. 11 plus minutes there for Santi Sosa with the yellow for time wasting. Thiago Almada the 7.4 as he came in for Wolff. Mulroney a 6.8 coming in for Hernandez. George Campbell a 6.7 coming in for Franco. And then, of course, Dom Dwyer was the 5th substitute for Pineda, he came in for the 3 minutes for Marcelino Moreno. Let's get into your thoughts as you let us know on Twitter and after the match. And once again, thanks to everybody who let us know what they were thinking after the match was over. And considering what is going on the other televisions, a lot of different establishments, or perhaps even in your home, yes, it is definitely March Madness. And so we will give definite credit to, who was it? Yeah, Will Secor. March Madness season in Atlanta also. I don't know that Penso got any calls demonstrably wrong, but all the 50-50s went in Montreal's favor. So a lot of yellow cards for Montreal on the day. We'll go over the full-time stats in just a little bit. Will Dickerson, what in the crap just happened? I think a lot of folks shared that same sentiment of what happened, especially a man down and still chasing the match and showing a lot of gumption, as some folks say. So good stuff from there, that side. Marshall Voigt. Can't tell if it was the game or the residual green beer causing my head to continue to spin. Yes, Marshall, I think you're not alone there. Griffin Westbrook, drunken madness, that's it. Naskovich, Nickajack88 says it was hashtag MLS after brunch, and you're not wrong. And considering what went down, is MLS after dark is an entirely different thing. But I guess now we can talk about MLS after brunch as well when it comes to what went down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Let's go over the full-time numbers, full-time statistics. And once again, 54-46, that didn't change in possession. 16 total shots for CF Montreal, 8 for Atlanta United. 6 on target for CF Montreal, 3 for Atlanta United. Block shots, they had CF Montreal had 6 in the first half, 7-1 were your final numbers. Fouls, 13 for CF Montreal, 7 yellows on the day, 9 total in the match. The Dom Dwyer red card was the only one in that category for either side. But once again, you look at the offensive statistics broken down by our friends at SofaScore. Big chances, counters, shots inside the box, all of them in favor of CF Montreal. 3 big chances, 2 counterattacks, 1 goal on the counter, 10 shots inside the box, which meant obviously that 6 were outside, but 10 inside the box, 10-3 in that margin for CF Montreal on the day, for a team that I'm fairly certain you would have thought after Wednesday's match, you only get regen on Thursday, then you end up with maybe a light practice before you head on a plane and come down to Atlanta, and you're playing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not playing at 7:30. It's a lot of the rhythm that you've set up in a season and in a game day is completely disrupted. And you have to give CF Montreal a lot of credit for gutting it out here in the last match before the international window. But also, once again, you look at what happened with Atlanta United, and you could tell that Gonzalo Pineda, not pleased with the performance of Alan Franco and Ronald Hernandez, made the switch at half, and we got to see what the ideas were from there for Atlanta United. Passing on the day, 85% clip for CF Montreal, 382 for 449, 86% for Atlanta, 444 of 518. The long balls, 66 long balls for CF Montreal, completing 33 of them. Atlanta, 24 of 42. 3 crosses on the day for Atlanta United to 1 cross for CF Montreal. Atlanta United on the dribble, 14 of 20, and won 34 of the 66 duels on the day. On the dribble, CF Montreal only 7 of 8 on the day, just 8 dribbles on the day, winning 7 for 88%, but still, Atlanta United having 14 of 20 wins on your dribbles. Tremendous work by them. 14 tackles to 5 for CF Montreal, 11 picks to 1, 16 clearances to 11 for CF Montreal as well. So that's a look at your big numbers across the board in this match. And once again, you look at the lineups here, and Joseph, once again, great to see him get the goal in open play. Brooks Lennon, once again, with the free kick opportunity, and Thiago Almada, getting to see him get into play. And I think that you're, once again, seeing things gradually progress to having a roster at full song. And once again, looking at the health of Luis Arujo as we're getting into the international break. Hopefully everything will be okay, gradually reintroducing him, coming out the other side in early April. So when you have Arujo, Moreno, and Thiago Almada, and Joseph, all of this firepower up top, that's what you're looking for Atlanta United. And, when you look at had Atlanta United won today, it would have matched their best start out of the blocks, matching the 2018 team when it came to points and how it looked in the Eastern Conference for them, only getting the 1 point. And just a point of order here, if you haven't had the chance to listen to the calls of both Kevin and Mo and Mike and Jason, find the calls for the last 2 goals, listen to them, and absolutely enjoy them, because it was some fun stuff there. So Atlanta United 7 points in their first four matches at 2-1-1. Obviously, they're paired with Columbus and Orlando right now at 7 points in four matches. You've got Philadelphia on top of the East with their 10 points, knocking off NYCFC. Chicago coming into the day at their fourth match. They were chasing after points as well. They're right there in the discussion in the top five. Red Bulls, having only played three matches as the time that we're talking about this, at 6 points, and they are right there with DC and Cincinnati, who got a big win. Brandon Vasquez with two more goals. Alec Can gets a win, so Cincinnati with a win. They're now 2-2. And the Brandon Vasquez tied for the Golden Boot discussion as well. New England, as they get ready for their matchup against Charlotte, coming into the weekend at 4 points. NYC at 4, Toronto at 4, and Montreal with 1 point with their first point in their first four matches. Miami with 1 point at 3 losses and a draw. And Charlotte, once again, chasing what they were chasing into. Still no points on the day as they head into Saturday night. So once again, thanks to everybody. Once again, before we go, Emilio wants his defense back. I don't remember the team ever having a shaky back line in past years. Emilio, I think it was just in this particular case. I think that the confidence that you see in a George Campbell, and I think what we've seen from Andrew Gutman at the left, I think that you're probably looking at the center backs in this discussion with Alan Franco, but the confidence that you see from Miles Robinson, and with George Campbell there, Ronald Hernandez on the right-hand side. So I would take this as just an instance where it was not there. It was not the backline's day, and you can have clunkers. That's the bottom line. You can have clunkers in this situation, and I think that for a couple of guys on the back, it was a clunker. And what you try to do from this is work your way forward. Try to make sure that this is not something that is an every single day occurrence, and you know that they'll work on that at the training ground, at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground going forward. So once again, you've got to give credit to George Campbell in this, stepping in the way that he did, and then with the substitution, Brooks Lennon helping out as well at right back as he did on the right-hand side for the day. So once again, thanks to everybody who has chimed in and let us know what your thoughts are on an absolutely crazy last 15 minutes where Atlanta United, down 3-1, ends up with a 3-3 draw. So once again, reminder, Overreaction Monday is going to be coming your way on Monday, 9:05 Eastern. Soccer Down Here app available on iOS and Android, soccerdownhere.net on the web. But crazy. That's the only way that you can look at it. I will say that from a personal perspective, looking at the Almada goal, you just sit there and you whistle and you turn your head back and you sit there and you keep whistling at every replay, just how absolutely pinpoint perfect it was to get something on frame from 25 and put the right amount of touch on it and make sure that everything was there. And then Brooks Lennon, once again, you sit there and you push your chair back away from the desk. Two great individual moments there for Thiago Almada and Brooks Lennon. So thanks to everybody who was a part of this. Thanks to everybody who's a part here at SDH. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you on Monday for Overreaction Monday here at Soccer Down Here.